Do I have to say the words? Do I have to tell the truth? Do I have to shout it out? Do I have to say a prayer? Must I prove to you how good we are together? Do I have to say the words?
What song is that?
I don't know. Still feel like the first time.
I can't believe how your voice completely changed as soon as you started singing.
I
man.
know.
Like
tell
the
me.
Nasser left and Brian showed up.
I should try forming a band, right? So
Nasser, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Oh,
That was really embarrassing, but
no,
that's
it
cool.
wasn't. You did well. You did very, very well. Thank you so much for opening up the show there. We got a lot to talk about. I know you've been a busy man. It's been an interesting last few years since I last saw you, which was in Vegas when we were in IBS there, pre-COVID BS kind of time, whatever.
And we had no clue.
We had no clue what was going on. We had no clue what was about to happen to the entire world, right? Yeah. And so it's good to see you. I know we've spoken quite a bit on the phone. You just came back from Italy. Circe, and what's the other show that was there?
Verona, the Manu Max.
So basically the Italians were having like the Super Bowl of Stone shows going on there.
No mask, no
and everybody was there.
Oh, kissing, hugging.
Anybody that's in the stone tile industry was there.
Yeah.
And so that must have been, what city was it in?
Verona and Bologna. Verona was a stone show,
Yes,
Manu Mac, and the
yes,
other one, Circe, was in Bologna.
I've been in Bologna. I love Bologna.
Yeah.
Just nothing straight.
The pizza.
They don't know how to put anything straight. All the towers are all leaning. It's just like, it's insane how everything's on an angle. The Italians didn't have any levels back then. That's what the problem was. So you're here because we're going to talk about your trade show that's happening next week. So we're recording 1 week before, but it's going to get posted hopefully tomorrow or the day after. And what's the name of the show again?
There are actually two shows in one. So you get the best of both worlds. So we have Kitchen and Bath Canada, KBC Expo, and the other one StoneTech Canada, which is both combined in one hall because it makes sense. You know, they both complement each other. The stone and the kitchen and bath, you know, countertops, flooring, tiles, everything goes together, right?
Nice. So, and also I'm going to let everybody know that they're listening. Keep on listening because I'm not going to give up the code. So Nasser's been kind enough to give me a code, which I'll share later on in the show. You're going to have to listen to the whole show to get the code to gain free admission to the show. And this is a show that you definitely want to attend. So before I head over, sorry, go ahead.
And there's no parking also. You can just park for free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay for parking and you'll get inside for free and you're going to
Conference.
be able to, conference and you've got all kinds of, we'll talk about all the exhibitors that are going to be there, what's going to happen in the show. Before I get going on to that, a couple of things. Thank you, Alex, for the hoodie. I'm wearing Universal Aluminum Supplies, so he was on the show recently, and thank you so much for this lovely color of blue. And then I also want to just mention to everybody, Ethan just reached out to me. He's got a new work page that he just wanted to do a little shout out. He asked me if I could do it, and I said, sure. On Instagram, it's work_heavy.ca. Give him a follow. Check it out. He's got some interesting things going on there. So thank you, Ethan, for reaching out to me. And I told him I'm literally about to record right now, and I'll do it right now. And I said I would do it, and I just did it. So, Nasser, what is it again? Website is www.kbce.
No, KBC Expo.
Yeah, sorry, kbcexpo.com, and the email is info@kbcexpo.com, and then the Instagram is StoneTech Canada, and also at kbexpo.
KBC Expo. So,
KBC Expo.
so the StoneTechCanada.com as well. You can check that website. There are two websites. So
Nice, and then you go to online to get the code,
yes,
or to get the pass.
you register online, and the first thing they'll ask you, do you have a promo code? And you insert that, and it will waive that $20 entrance.
So the first time in 200 and something shows, 70 shows, I'm going to dangle this carrot for the whole show. I don't care. So you guys are listening. You're going to have to wait till the very end of the show, or maybe I give it up in the middle of the show. See how I feel. But no, you got to listen. So Nasser, let's go back in the beginning because I know that you come from the whole trade industry, right? So you've been a part of all kinds of shows, and you basically have been a part of shaping the industry and people getting into the industry. And I'm you know this, I'm a huge fan of trade shows because I learned so much from going to trade shows, spending all my time. I've been to KBC, I don't know, a decade, so many times, like 10 times I've been there. I've been to Construct Canada. I've been to all the shows here in Toronto. I'm going to go to this show as well, so I'm going to pass by. Shows are a massive thing to do in this industry. They're very important. So over to you, bro.
Well, definitely, you got it spot on, Manny, because the trade shows is an easy way to meet people. A lot of people spend so much time and efforts on marketing, trying to reach out to clients. What we do is we bring everybody to you, and you can just come in and meet everybody. If you are an exhibitor, you don't have to run around, try and make appointments. Everybody comes to you, from CEOs to directors. If you're an attendee, you get to meet all the manufacturers, the people who are actually manufacturing or supplying for wholesale or for retailers, or even for developers or contractors. So this year also we're adding more international. So we got companies from Italy coming for the first time. We got companies from India. We got a mix of all, and we got actually one Portuguese company from Portugal.
What's the name of that company?
It's a Horizon. They do like a huge scanner, and if you want to have your tiles with a different pattern or different decoration, you can have that. It's an amazing.
So
technology.
after you install the tile, you can scan.
You can scan and do whatever.
I've
sure.
seen, really, yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna see that at show. It's gonna.
So
be,
they're burning into. Or what are they?
I would keep it to the show so you can see.
Okay, so so they're actually going to show you how they do it.
Yeah. So
okay,
it'll be some demo
cool.
as well. So it'll be interesting to see everybody's gathering. We got companies from India coming for the first time, ceramic companies, a couple of stone companies. That's going to be interesting too. We got a small section called Illuminate Canada, which is for the lighting. As you know, in the kitchen and bath space, lighting becomes a big thing now. It becomes very massive, and it becomes more fancier, much more trendy. So people are focusing on the lighting. So we're trying to slowly shed light on that as we grow the show, and hopefully becomes its own show, part of the whole mix.
To expand it.
Yeah, to expand.
So I totally forgot to tell everybody that the show is actually happening October 26th, 27th, and 28th.
Yes.
Which is basically next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes, open at 9 o'clock, close at 6 on the first 2 days, and the last day, Friday, close at 2 o'clock. So if you want to catch up, you better catch up. And the biggest conferences will be happening in the first 2 days. And I have to mention that we partner with two big associations, KBC Ontario, and also TTMAC, the Tile, Terrazzo, Marble Association of Canada.
Yes.
So they are both bringing a good content to the table for the conference.
Do they
program.
both of them have booths there?
They both have pavilion, yes.
Okay.
A small pavilion with few companies, members companies. And the good thing is, for the first time ever, NKBA decided to do the CU inside the show. So they canceled their event and they merged it to our event. So if you are a certified kitchen builder or designer, and you want to get your hours to be recertified, you can come to our show free of charge. You come in, you attend, and you get to have your hours, the credit hours that you need for your license.
What's TT Mac planning on doing there?
TT Mac is going to give us some presentation, and there'll be another interesting panelist talking about fabrication and challenges. As you know, stone fabrication became a big thing, in this industry, and everybody's getting into it actually. And something I can probably shed light on if you would like.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask you. Is like where are we headed with everything? I know that everyone's still doing large format slabs and cutting up 6 mil porcelain and quartz as well too, and all clients are asking for slabs, big tile, large format, all kind. Is that what you were seeing in Italy? Is that what's happening this year in Canada?
Well, this year it's not only we're bringing the slabs from different countries and local and international. We have MSI, we have Hilltop, we have other companies are coming in. And we also have the machine companies, like the cutting, the polishing, the water jets.
The big boys. You got
the filtration.
Well, yeah.
Oh, those, we call them the big boys, as you said. The bad boys. They're coming in. Some are coming from Italy. Some are using their distributor to bring the machines. But we get so many brands. The top brands like Camandoli, Britain, Sasu, CMS, GMM, all the big names. And I can't remember all of them now, but there are so many names. And also the good thing is, what I've noticed in this industry, I've been doing Stone Show, as you know, 2017. Before I get into the kitchen and bath, I noticed a lot of people are getting into the stone fabrication. So for your followers who are, contractors and trades, and they want to do a career change, I think it's the best way to get into it. And this is the best time. You come into the show, you explore, you talk to the experts from the machinery, from the slabs. It's a great opportunity because I witnessed in my own eyes how smaller guys in few years, from buying one machine to 5-6 machines in no time. The work is massive for the stone industry nowadays. Massive for the kitchen and bath, the cabinets, the vanities, everything you think about. My problem with my exhibitors is not getting to pay the money, is having time to actually exhibit. There's so much business going on in that industry. But still, the best way, if I would want to get into that business, I would say come into the show, get into the conference, meet the experts, go to the booth, meet the machine companies, the slabs. How do you do that? And a lot of them actually want to help you to establish your fabrication because it's good for them.
Of course.
Because the more the more you do it, the more they sell their machines.
Is the tile and stone industry moving too fast or too slow?
The tile?
The tile and stone industry.
It's moving.
Because I know there's a lot of new machinery coming.
So many of them. I'm talking about everybody's getting to that market. The big boys, I would say the 10 biggest boys in the market are getting into that.
Like 10 years ago, it was unheard of a small tile and stone company, or like a dad and son business, getting into the slab business. That's a first for us. No, don't worry. So it's difficult. Like that was 10 years ago. It wasn't heard of like that they would get into it. But now today you've got some young tile and slab installers. They're looking at it. They're considering it. They're looking at this machinery and they're trying to get it all up and stuff and set up. And they're making it relatively reasonable. When I say reasonable, it's still expensive machinery, but they look at the possible profit margin associated with delivering a far better product for their clients, right? That's the whole purpose of all this machinery.
And you're right. And the margin in this industry is a bit higher than other industries. I've seen that because I see how people invest in marketing and trade shows, not just in Canada. Unfortunately, in Canada, we don't have that much investment as we have in the U.S. and Italy. I just came back from Verona and the biggest stone show in the world in Merrimack. And you'd be surprised how much they invest only on the booth. Forget about...
Oh, I can imagine.
And the way they really take it very seriously. And we have the opportunity here to grow as well. We just need to believe in our market because our market, as I heard it from few stone suppliers here who are in my show, he said, we have so much work here. Why we have to look outside? We got so much going on.
Yeah, but okay, so you tell me. Because I've heard of these shows, and I have yet to go to these shows, and I want to go to these shows. Like, I'll hear about certain booths that are insane, where they creatively and artistically present their product, which is stone, whether it man-made or natural stone, in such new and unique ways. And when we come here to Canada, we play it safe. And Canada, in my perspective, and we've had other contractors on the show talk about that. Everyone's always asking for the same thing over and over. And we know this through the industry. Like, they're always fabricating the same things over and over. I'm kind of hoping that with your show that you're bringing a lot of international people in here, that they're bringing a little bit of that creative residue into Canada as well, because that's an uphill battle for me. I always fight it with clients. I always fight it with tradespeople. Everyone's always wanted to go safe and just... the chantilly lace, just to like the quartz white. Like, it's just always simple. I'm sick of it. Why can't we be European creative? Or, you know what I mean? Like, can we please? Like, is that a possibility?
It's funny you said that because when I first entered the trade show market here in Canada in 2011, I started to bring international from Germany, from Portugal, from Poland, China, India, all over the world. And the first year we brought 17 pavilions of country pavilions.
Wow.
And I remember I saw a guy, local guy, contractor, I can't remember what he was doing, but he was walking the show in 2014, 2015. And he says, I said, is there anything you're looking for, sir? I mean, he was like wandering around. He says, I said, no, because I am very impressed. Now I see things that I don't see in Rona or Home Depot. I see things that are very creative. I had a Portuguese company brought some beautiful glass, so creative. I have another company from Poland. It brought some beautiful, like a stone. There were so many creative ideas, and you're right. This is what I'm trying to do. We can do this, and we should have more, less conservative attitude, I think, what I call it.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I think we should start thinking outside the box. And I know you travel like I do, and you've seen other things, how the people go crazy. We should do the same. The consumer is want to look, as you said, they're not the old consumer that used to be 15, 20 years ago during your father or your grandfather time. Now, I noticed in the last 10 years, they become very picky. They want a beautiful countertop. They want a nice lighting. They want a nice kitchen appliances. Everybody is getting fancy now. Before it was only for the rich. Now even the middle class, they want to invest in these things. And you see that happen in the pandemic.
Yes.
We thought that people were going to have less business, but it went the other way around.
But they also learned that their current state of their home wasn't proper, wasn't for their house, like it wasn't for them. And they quickly started to see faults. So that was kind of a good thing where their conservative renovation wasn't working for them. And people wanted a little bit of interest in their house now. And that's why I appreciate it. But is it kind of the cart before the horse where the market here in Canada wants that conservative, that safe, those simple ideas versus rocking the boat with some interesting ideas? Because I embrace these interesting ideas. When I see it over there, or if I see it in trade publications, I'm in awe. I'm so interested in that stuff. I want to see more of that stuff.
Actually, you're right, and I think it's slowly changing as we go. We are trying to bringing more international to have that mix, not to compete with the local market or the local manufacturers, but actually to offer the consumer the choice. They want to, and the competition is healthy sometimes, because when you bringing international competition, the locals started to straight up their act and get more creative. So it creates some kind of a good thing at the end. The result is good for us. For as a consumer, we get to have more variety, more creativity, a quality of products, and that's what we really need as a Canadian. We need more of we outside the box. The country is open. The country has a multicultural, diverse races from all around the world. Why not? We have what it takes, and I think the country is ready for it. We just have to believe in it, and from a contractor to a supplier to manufacturers, all have to believe in it and believe in that we can do this in Canada. We've seen it slowly. I think you've been going to trade shows in Canada for some time.
Yeah,
you notice that
it has changed.
It's got better.
It's gotten more interested. Like it's just I guess clients are taking more risks, designers are taking more risks. But you have the two schools, right? Like there's two groups of people. You get the clients that are so happy with doing the exact same thing over and over because that's what the market is asking for. And then you're getting tradespeople or clients that want to try some new ideas. And most of the time they work really well. So regarding some of the people that are going to be speaking at the show, what kinds of topics are you guys going to be discussing there?
We have various topics from stone fabrication to choosing the best colors for your cabinets, the trends, the challenges that we're facing as an industry, the labor market shortage and safety, and so many things that every attendee will be able to learn. You can view all this schedule online at kbcexpo.com. And there is a lot of things that will be demonstrated as well for you to how to install, how to use the laser technology versus the old measuring way.
Yeah.
So many things that you're going to be seeing at the show that helpfully will take you back to what you really need to know and learn more and more and become more creative and innovative, basically. That's what we're trying to reach out, to give an experience to the attendee, and also to do that a trade, the proper trade between the contractor, renovator, developer, importer, retailers, to meet all these manufacturers and try to get that connection so they can,
That's why I like that you guys are associated with TT Mac.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're trying to do. Like there is no school for tile and stone fabrication. It's either passed down or you accidentally are found in it and you're working on a site and that's how you learn. So TT Mac's trying to change that by getting more education out there and having some training, having the brands come out, expressing products, failures, solutions, all that kind of stuff. So it's amazing that they're at the show here because that's pure education when it comes to this tile and stone industry, right? That's very, very important.
And also we're facing a lot of challenges. When I talk to fabricators, they're having issues with getting the trained, skilled people to work. It's not, fabrication is not just bringing somebody to and operate a machine. You need somebody who's skilled, who knows how to do the machine, the cutting, the polishing, and the environment. It's important as well when it comes to the filtration. As you know, it causes a lot of problems with cancer and and you have to make sure that you get the proper.
That's it, dust and everything.
Yes.
It's just proper. I mean, nowadays, compared to what it was 10 years ago, it is completely different. It's a lot better.
Now they're using a lot of special machines for water filtration
and the recycling of that filtration, right? So you're not wasting it, because it's very easy just to pump in a bunch of water into these machines and let that water just go right through the waste system. That's not what you should be doing. You should be filtering all that water, getting rid of all that debris, and then disposing of that debris as regular refuge at that point. But you're getting as much of the water out of that debris on the offcuts, because you're cutting these slabs, whether they're slabs of quartz, which is all man-made with resins in it, or if it's natural slabs, or if it's porcelain slabs, all kinds of stuff. So that's very important as well.
And also, may I add, for the first time, Jordan stone. I know, Jordan is a very ancient country when it comes to stone, like Petra and all these.
Yeah.
So Jordan is bringing 2 companies under the association of Jordan Stone. It's a government-supported association. So basically, one of them is natural stone, and the other one is actually an artificial stone. It's a new technology, and when you see it,
it looks like natural.
It looks like natural, and you could never tell.
Are you talking about natural stone from actually? That's
like the residue of the natural stone.
Yes.
They mix it up, I think, with cement or
really,
and then they mold it to the point that you could never make out that it's not a natural stone.
It's a man-made.
It's a man-made, but it's done in a way that it's a guaranteed for a lifetime. It's with no outdoor or indoor, and that technology is being patented by that person who's coming. And
they'll be at the show.
And there will be other companies as well from various. There are many countries. Some of the countries participating, like some of the companies in those countries, have never been in Canada. They've been in the U.S., they've been in Europe, but never been in Canada, because as you know, in the past, unfortunately, we had that stigma. Now it's slowly fading away. When I used to travel, I would go to China, for example, to the stone show, or go to Shanghai, or go to Middle East shows, or Europe, or any shows, and I say, we have a show in Canada. Say, I'm already there. I said, what do you mean there? Well, I have a distributor in the U.S.
Well, that's not Canada.
But sorry, we are not a state. We are a country. And that used to be upsetting me a lot. But now the trend changed.
Is that how we were looked at?
Exactly. Worldwide,
really? They
would hire a big company like from Italy or from any countries in the world. They will hire a U.S. agent distributor. And they say, okay, you might as well take care of Canada. So I was like, come on. We are bigger than the U.S. And so what happened is it failed, especially with the growth of the industry. That U.S., he will travel like once every 3 months, and he will just walk around and leave. And there was no business. Then they realize that they have to hire an agent or distributor in Canada. Yeah. And now it's slowly changing. And now we want to, the whole world is coming to Canada because they realize the importance. We are a virgin land. We still have a lot to grow. There are still missing more than 2.5 million houses that need to be built in the next 5 years.
Yeah, there's such a shortage.
If not more. And that attracts a lot of companies to jump into that market. I know you're talking about U.S., a bigger market, 385 million, blah, blah, blah. But again, it's more saturated. Where we are, we're still open for business. We still need more products. As you said, you're sick of seeing the same products over and over. You go to, take an example, you go to Costco across the border and you see products you don't see in Canada. And that's where we're trying to change that. We want Canadians to stay in Canada and buy things in Canada, not to keep going across the border and buying things. And that's what the trade show is going to help facilitate and remove that barrier, because we need and as you know, Canada have signed the CETA agreement with Europe, with Korea, with India, with so many countries around the world. So now we're not sure.
What does that agreement do exactly? What is
the free trade. So
it's basically a free trade. So now you can start shipping all these products over
direct,
to us now.
And will be some of the products, like in the construction materials and other products, that will be with no tariff because of that agreement. So that's going to help us in the long term to have and starting, as you say, you probably noticed that people are now straight shipping to Canada. Yeah.
Which it's easier nowadays to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you know that, like, everybody. So it's www.kb kbcexpo.com, and it's info@kbcexpo.com. That is where you're going to find, entry the code. I'm not telling you the code yet, but I don't care. You're going to have to listen. I'm going to dangle this. It's just going to StoneTech, StoneTech, what is it again?
StoneTech Canada.
StoneTech Canada on Instagram, and also at KBC Expo on Instagram as well. I wanted to ask you, I know that there's so many more companies coming into this game. And Jordan, where are they mining all their stone from? Is it actually from there itself?
Yes, they have a lot.
So it's more of like what types of stones are coming?
It's a very natural stone. There's marble and there's a granite.
But it's more of a creamier based marble.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I remember
yes.
it. So is Canada a fan of that stone? Is America a fan
starting to change? Yes, I understand what you're saying. In the past, it was more like one or two colors that weren't popular, but now people are starting to change that attitude. The market taste is like the taste of the consumer is changing as we go. Canadians are traveling more now than they used to be.
So they can discover these ideas in different places and go, I want that in my home when we get back.
Yes.
And that's what it is.
And last year, during the pandemic, we did the first launch of Kitchen and Bath Canada and StoneTech. And we brought, for the first time, Lamborghini porcelain. They were so beautiful.
What do you mean Lamborghini porcelain?
You know Lamborghini makes the brake pads, the porcelain brake
Ceramic.
pads. Ceramic or porcelain. So the porcelain slabs...
stay on that. Yeah, just stay on that. Yeah.
The porcelain slabs are made of porcelain, and it's Lamborghini brand. And that company just been sold to another company recently. That's why they're not coming this year. But they were there last year under Lamborghini brand. And I was like, I saw.
So these are full slabs.
But beautiful slabs.
So 60 by 120 inches.
Yes, correct. And they were at that time they were supplied by one of our top exhibitors, Hilltop Services, and now things are, I don't know what's happening. Some changes happening, but this is a beautiful idea. It's like you're gonna see more of that this year. Hilltop and MSI and other companies are bringing more of these new trends never been seen in Canada. And that's where we're trying to bring it to the show. We're not bringing something that you see outside. These are all new products and new machines, new technology.
Is it a different type of porcelain or a different design?
There is kind of different. There are one that you can also illuminate. There's something. I don't want to give you more.
Oh, I know you want to see it there.
Yeah.
But I mean that's what's coming down.
Yeah, it's the idea of a trade show is a touch and feel. That's why when we were in the pandemic, many people proposed to me to do virtual trade shows.
No,
I said I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
You need to be there and physically look at the tile and the stone and the kitchens and the baths and just touch them.
The materials and the materials.
It's important to. That's what we do in the industry. That's what clients do in the industry. We do it as people in the industry that work it, but clients definitely do it in the industry.
I mean, as a contractor, when you go and buy supply, what do you do?
Well, you touch it.
Yeah,
First thing you do is touch it.
You don't just call and say.
No, I don't describe it to somebody. I may photograph it, but photographs don't give it justice. You touch it, and then once you touch it, you get a better sense of that product, that material, and then the purpose behind the use of that material. What were some of the interesting things that you saw in Italy that hopefully are coming over to the Canada? And I will say that Canada would probably want to, or Canada tries to make an effort to try new materials, I think more than America, or most parts of America. I think America tries to stay safe and neutral, but Canada, for the most part, does the same thing. But I think that Canada also wants to try new ideas.
As a matter of fact, we have a lot of creative designers here in Canada,
yes.
And we have a lot of people who... we are more like a mixture between a European taste and a North American taste, but you can see the European touch here more than U.S.
100%, for sure.
And I think I've noticed that, and I've heard that when I was in Verona. When I said I'm a Canadian, they say, "Oh, yeah, you guys have a nice way," and people actually love Canada. A lot of people love coming to Canada. They know about it. They know how polite we are, how nice we are. And they appreciate coming to Canada. And I have people who already booked their trip to Niagara Falls after the show. Mm-hmm. So everybody's excited to come for the first time. They've never been to Canada before, so they'll be the first time coming in. And they want to meet other clients after the show. They want to go out to the market. So we give them some ideas where to go, to Vaughan, Concord, all the big areas.
To see the city, to see where everything is, right?
Yeah. So
is there a common theme for your show this year? Like how important is durability and versus functionality versus, I guess, maintaining products.
So sustainability is one of it, and safety.
Okay, that's where it is. Okay.
And education. This is where we're trying to do. And we try to bring this together through the conference and through the exhibitors offering. So we're trying to bring all together. And innovation is important as well. And the bottom line is to network and meet the industry peers in one place where you don't have to go anywhere else. You can just go to one place. And people who haven't met maybe since the pandemic started.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
you can meet them at the show. And I'm happy to see you because I tried to get you back.
I know. We were talking about it. It's just things have changed and everything's changed. But I'll definitely pass by at the show and check it out. And I'm curious. I'll be walking around and talking to people, figure out what products and stuff like that. Can you share some of the vendors that are going to be there? Other vendors that you have?
Yes, we have.
You've got a list there. Yeah.
We have quite a few. Coming in. We got MSI. We got Hilltop Surfaces, Grand Quartz with the tools. I don't know. We got Darusha Supply, GMM, CMS. We got Bloom. We got Schluter Systems. We got Mobile Cabinetry from Hamilton. I don't know if you know them. They manufacture cabinets.
Okay.
Very nice. I've been to their factory. It's a huge factory. It's a father-son business, but it's expanding like massive. And they're going to be bringing a new ideas of cabinetry to the show. They're going to have a nice booth. It's a big booth they have actually.
What's the style of cabinetry? What's going on trend-wise for cabinetry?
The colors.
So they're actually bringing colors in now.
Yes, different colors.
So no more Chantilly laser cloud white.
No, it's just trying to mix.
White.
Yeah, everybody bringing cream, white cream, and things are changing. So we have Intel Power bringing at least 4 or 5 big brands with him.
Okay.
Like Denver and laser scanner. We have Sasu.
Sasso's huge.
Huge. And
laser scanner. So what are you talking about? Actually scanning the slab themselves?
So there's a laser technology where you, for example, there's laser products and the FlexiJet and all these companies are coming in. That's for the laser template.
Yeah.
But then you have the scanner that's brought up by also 2 companies. There'll be 2 different scanner, one by Horizon and another one by Intel Power. So there'll be different companies competing at the show. The same technology, but we'll see which one is going to compete. So it's
gone are the days of templating.
Yeah.
Nobody templates anymore.
It's more like measuring. It's instead of there's a software where you use. I'm not again. A lot of people mistaken me for.
You got to go there and then you can speak to them. But how extremely precise are they within?
They are, as they mentioned, they're 99% accurate, and they're the technology that I've seen it. It actually cuts off all the efforts that you have to do as a countertop guy. So instead of spending so much time getting the right size and measurement, it just makes it life easier. And the software that you use, it's so easy. And then that software works with the machines. Like when you cut the countertop, it integrates to the machine. So it's a very good software. I think this will be all demonstrated at the demo zone. They have a demo zone as well. There'll be a schedule also online that you can see the schedule for the demo, where you can see the people demonstrating those technologies in front of you.
Schluter going to be demonstrating anything?
Schluter, they're supposed to, but they last minute they said they didn't have enough resource at this time, but they will do it next time.
Okay.
Yeah, but they will be talking about the technology. They will be at the show. They have their own booth as well. We have also companies. For example, we have appliances. Have you heard of PET?
No.
PITT.
No.
PIT. It's the high, like the Mercedes of I would say.
Where's it from?
Gas range. It's a U.S. brand.
Okay.
And it's going to be showcased by Better Distribution, and they're also bringing a unique. I think together we saw that at KBC, where you can plant your herbs in a cabinet in your kitchen. So any
I
herbs.
think I remember that.
Yeah. Nofilla or Noftella, something like that. Yeah.
So they're going to be there.
They're going to be at the show, and they're going to show you
Have
how.
they expanded their line now? Is that
Yes, they're expanding their line. They're
Can you build green walls with it?
That one I will leave it to the to the
so
supplier.
you got to ask them about that.
Yes, and there are so many mix of companies for bathrooms. We have also Revashelf. I know you know Revashelf very well. They're gonna be back again with us.
They keep on coming up with different ideas.
This is gonna be a new products they bring into Canada as well. So
Revashelf is American. Or no, where are they from?
I'm what I know. I'm dealing with the U.S. office, but I think they're Scandinavians, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. Okay.
But I'm not sure. I can double check as I get so many names in there. But I hope I didn't leave anybody behind because there's so many names in the list. But let them come there and experience it themselves. There's a German company, as I mentioned, FlexiJet, and there is the laser products from the U.S.
What's FlexiJet do?
It's a laser as well.
All right.
With the software and the device. So they're going to be also demonstrating the product and with the other products as well. And there will be the conference, as I told you, if you really want to get your credits for your license or certification, a CEU by NKBA will be offered.
Yep.
For the designers, for the kitchen cabinet people who are having license, they can get their hours from the show.
How many hours? I never went down that path, so I don't know exactly. Like, there's so many hours that you have to get education.
Every 3 years, you have to recertify.
Oh, you have to recertify every 3 years?
Yes, and you have to obtain these certain hours, I think 12 to 15, I'm not sure, but there's certain amount of hours you have to get in order to get recertified. And there will be a lot of interesting topics will be discussed at the show, at the conference. Be for the lookout. We also bringing an academic perspective. As a matter of fact, your colleague mentioned she went to Sheridan College. We bring in the professor, Dr. Wael. He is the head of the project management of Sheridan College.
Okay.
And he's going to be talking about how to manage your project from an academic perspective, because sometimes you want to learn how to become organized in your project, how you to put the timeline.
What day is he doing that? What time is that?
That's the first day, I think 2:00, but I will double check with the
calendar. Because that's important.
Yeah. And he's not there to promote any products. He's an academic, he's a professor. He's also, I think for some time he was the president of PMI, which is the Project Management Institute.
Okay.
In Canada.
What's his name? Do you know his
Wael Ramadan, Dr. Wael Ramadan.
Okay.
And he's going to be also one of the speakers. Dale from Shure System will be there. Mike Pico from Pico Engineering, but last minute he's sending one of his colleagues. Moreno from Hilltop. There's so many names. You have Mr. Marker from SASU, talking about the technology of fabrication and the challenges. Paulo from Intel Power, so many names, I cannot remember all of them, but they're all going to be there. You can look it up on the kbcexpo.com until conferences, the schedule is there, all the timing, the demo zone, everything is there on the website. And we are very excited this year because we are getting a lot of attendees registering in advance, like 2 months in advance.
Okay.
And our registration is going up and up every day, higher and higher in the numbers. Very selective people. As you know, our show is more about quality of attendance, not quantity.
Yes.
We're not looking for a mass because our exhibitors are looking for like 4 top guys. They're not looking for 1,000 people. They're looking for the guy who's going to come and do business with them and really sign a contract or import. Or they're not looking for anybody just to walk around. So that's a very important that it's a B2B show, very focused, quality attendance. That's what we're looking for.
So with Sasso and Britain, they're from Italy, but then where's...
And Camandoli and CMS and GM, all is from Italy.
They're all from Italy, right?
Yes, and Denver.
But what makes the machinery different? What makes it unique? I mean, why would, if I look at it, want to buy one of theirs versus theirs?
That's a tough question for me too.
I look at the machines and I'm intimidated, but I'm impressed by what they can do. And I look at all of them. I guess it's almost like, I don't know, a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. It's like it's a personal preference at that time, right?
It's all about.
They cost about the same too, to be honest.
No, they're not cheap, but they will. It's an asset. It's something that you buy as an asset.
Yes.
So you don't buy it as a like not buying a car or anything. You're buying a proper machine that bring you money.
It's going to make you money.
Yeah. So the thing is, as an organizer, to me, they're all good because they're all my clients. I cannot speak anything different, but that's the idea of trade show. They come in and they showcase their technology. Some have a different technology than the others. Some prefer that technology versus that technology. So it depends what are you looking for? The budget wise also, the features that you need, the benefits from that machine. So it depends. Some offer a larger solution, some offer medium solutions, some offer small solutions. So and some offer all of them. So it depends what you're looking for. If you are a small fabricator, I don't think you want to buy a giant machine.
No.
You know, you want to start with a small one, and slowly, you know.
Well, that's where Grant Quartz comes in, right? So then they start selling some of the smaller machinery and pieces.
Grant Quartz are not known to sell machines, but they help out. Sometimes they sell machines.
The accessories.
Yes, but they're more into the tools. They're the biggest supplier for stone tools. Like you will, they're all over Canada. They're very huge, and you're gonna see them at the show, showing their muscles, and you're gonna see all the stuff. And they're actually one of our sponsors as well. And they will, you know them from the orange color, right?
Of course, yeah.
So they're gonna be there, and they're gonna be showing all the tools. And some of their tools not only used for the stone, mostly for the stone, but some used for kitchen and bath. Some use are for construction. A contractor use it. You've probably been to their branch in Concord or Vaughan.
Yep.
Yeah, so
it's impressive to walk through there.
Yeah.
It's
like it's not for me to walk in. It's for somebody who's actually hands-on
in the industry and doing work, and you're seeing product that they're selling, accessories that they're selling, and how it's going to benefit your business.
Yes, correct.
Like it's going to benefit greatly, right? Like I'm always amazed. And it was like one of our friends that we know, Paulo from Marble at the time, but at our event, he's the one that clearly taught me that anything that can be done with wood can be done with stone. And until I understood what he was talking about, and he showed me how you can shape and carve and cut everything that you can do with wood, you can do with stone somehow. There's a way to do it. It's just, I always had this mindset that stone is impossible. You can't shape it and cut it and tool it. But in today's technology, there's so much that you can do with stone. It's the only thing limiting you is creativity.
And you know, we talked about Paulo. I don't call him as an expert. He's an inventor.
Yes.
He's a guy who never say it doesn't work. It will work. He'll find a way to work.
Find a way to make it work.
He's been my mentor also. Him and other people in the industry like Atif and other Paulo and so many, Moreno. They've been because
there's a few Paulos in this industry.
No, it's just the funny thing is when I go to Vaughan, I'm always talking to Paulo, Moreno, Mario.
Yes.
And the thing is, because I'm not from the stone industry, I'm a trade show organizer, so I can organize a food show, I can organize car show, but I have to learn a little bit of it, like so I can understand the difference. And those people, the handful of people, they actually help me understand more. Sometimes I sit, like I mentioned, Paulo, I sit with him for Marble, or used to be Marble. He would give me the in and out, the inside. He'd give me the ideas and how to do things. And he's been sitting for some time in our advisory board to help us, for the conference. And he was a speaker as well, as you know.
Yeah.
And you were there too.
Yeah, I was there. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. You actually started with us in the
very beginning before you have started, which was an interesting experience.
No, we came back from Vegas,
yes,
and we were excited that we had good inquiries. Remember, I signed from China around 90 companies.
Yeah.
And I signed from US, 23 some companies. I was so excited, and then we decided to do a planning meeting to launch the show.
We did the planning meeting,
and it was amazing.
Yes.
And then a few weeks later, we got a nice visitor called,
shut it all down.
And then
stop it.
It just everything was on hold. And but at the beginning, I was really looking, and everybody was excited to have a full-fledged kitchen and bath and stone show in Canada. We never had that.
We never had it, and we need it.
Yeah, we always had a mainstream show, which is great. But also, the trend is changing now. The people like yourself, they want to be in and out, or fabricators in the shop. He wants to be in and out. He doesn't want to go to a show where he can see a cement. He wants to see what he's looking for. So that's
But it's interesting, Nasser. It's like I want to have conversations with people that are looking at the industry. I don't want it to be looked at through the client's eyes. I want it to be looked at through the fabricator's eyes. I want to say, where are the limitations? Are there any limitations? Can this do that? Can you do that? So then I can look at my business and go, I can grow it this way because I'm talking to you about what I can use. So that's why this show is important for that. You're going to educate yourself greatly because of that. You're going to meet people and discuss things that you would never discuss in another show. That's why it's really important, right? So it's about time that you finally got it going, and I know it's a huge battle for you to get it going, right?
It's funny, interesting. I think you know Mo from Apex Fabrication.
Yeah.
So when Mo the first time he took part in the show, I told him, "You're a fabricator. You're not gonna take part in my show." I refused him. I said, "Let's be friends."
He wanted to be a part of it,
part of the show as an exhibitor, and I said, "If you're looking for a consumer, I don't have the consumers. I have the business.
That's not who's going there.
So he said, no, Nasser, I want to get into the projects. I want to do multiple units. I want to do, fabrication of multiple units. And he entered the show, and I remember he telling me, as a small participant, he says, there was a developer I'm trying to meet for 6 months. And he came to my booth and sat for an hour and a half discussing how we can do things together. He said, it's amazing how trade shows cuts all the red tapes and the bureaucracy and the way trying to get a meeting with someone. Because when somebody comes to a trade show, even if he's a CEO, he has nothing to do but the trade show. No interruption, no phone calls, no secretary coming in saying somebody is there outside. I mean, everything is there for you to discuss business and also educate yourself. There are things that you maybe missed out, you don't know about. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's an interesting idea. And it's the benefit of the show, the value of trade show, that you cannot, trade for something else.
Yeah.
You cannot say, I can do it through Zoom or through...
No.
And funny is, nowadays, the big companies, colleagues, don't meet each other anymore. Only once a year. So let the trade show be the only place, like in big companies. Somebody sitting in Vancouver and somebody sitting... But when the trade show comes in, they all have to come together and they get to meet.
Especially business-to-business construction, fabrication, something to do with the construction industry, extremely valuable, because you won't get that conversation anywhere else. You get one opportunity every year to go and have that conversation. This is the opportunity. And
it's best time to have a dialogue with a designer, because you guys have always that struggle with, communicating with designers sometimes. Yes. But the trade show, the platform is so relaxed that the designers, we have a lot of designers coming to the show, right? Because we make sure the designers come in. It's important because they influence the decision making of the project. So they come in, you get to meet them, you get to discuss. Maybe they have ideas that you missed out on, and some suggestion that you can add to your product mix or your offering. And that's where you get to have things that you're missing out. You get to see it at the trade show, and that's what the trade show is all about.
All right, Nasser. So everybody, it's www.kbcexpo.com, info@kbcexpo.com, and it's StoneTech Canada on IG, and it's also KBC Expo on IG. October 26th, 27th, 28th.
Yes, so 26th is 9 to 6. 9 to 6 on Thursday as well, the second day. The Friday, we're just going to cut it from 9 to 2.
9 to 2.
Yeah, because we have to close.
Okay. And so then you got a promo code that you're going to give up and then share with everybody so they know it, so that you can actually get free parking, free admission, and then get to the actual conferencing and then get more education out of it. What else you want to chat about there? Yeah,
I want to thank you. This has been an amazing opportunity, and you've been always a good friend, and we are supporter of our initiative, and we love to have you at the show because you got a lot of fans at the show as well, so we want to come and see you.
Well, I usually go to the shows and I throw on a hat and dark shades and nobody recognizes me, and it's just like I keep to myself. No, I go there and I start speaking to people and I start
I think you know most of the people.
Yeah, I'll bump into a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while because I haven't been to a show since the last time that we went to a show.
So I'll be the first one?
You're going to be the first show because I never went to KBC last year.
What about locally?
No, I haven't gone.
Oh, that's good.
I have not gone. So it's just I've been busy doing this. But, I mean, the shows is where I started my education about construction. I try to get as much as I could from what I had locally. And then I said, no, my education has to go abroad now. And I have to start meeting people. And some of the best trips like you do, you have a bunch of trips. I mean, me going to Estonia and learning about wood and me bumping into an Italian there and a German there and a Finnish, everybody there. And I'm having conversations. I'm a Canadian Portuguese having conversations with people from around the world. And we're discussing wood. We're discussing different products. We're discussing stone. That's what I like. So I like meeting foreigners coming into this country, discussing what they do in their country, right? So it's like I'd be fascinated to have that conversation with the people from Jordan and talk about their version. They're
looking for partners here, so they're searching for,
because they see Canada as a value partner. Like it's a market. It's not just like
it's a stable market. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and I still stand by that. Majority of Canadians, I guess, client-wise, want to take some risks. They just need to find the right people to hold their hand to take those risks, right? That's why. So it's important to see that.
I'm actually going to a very important stone show in India in February. It's called Stonia. It's in Bangalore.
Okay.
And I'm invited to speak about the opportunities of Canadian stone market and tiles. And I'll be also having a booth there at the show to promote our shows. Because as you know, I always have a booth
Yes.
in different shows to promote our show. But I don't promote my show as per se. You'll be surprised. We promote Canada first. We promote, when I go everywhere, they said, we always see you everywhere. And I always carry that maple pen on my,
yeah.
and I make sure that I promote Canada before I promote the show. Because the show is a show. It's whether it's in Canada or in Portugal or anywhere. But the idea is the people want to come for the market. What's in it for me? What I'm going to get out of this market. So we always share numbers, statistic, imports, exports, what Canada offers for businesses, for investment. I've seen over the years doing trade shows in Canada, since 2012 I started, I've seen companies from Italy and Turkey opening their North American office in Canada because of trade show. They come in here, instead of hiring distributor, they say, wow, forget that, let's have an office here. Or assembly unit. I have a Polish company open an assembly unit in Chatham, Kent. They do the roofing, ladder and roofing, glass windows on the roof, you know that?
Yeah, I know you're talking about skylights. Yeah.
Yeah, skylights, sorry,
Okay,
skylight,
yeah.
perfect. So that company opened in Chatham, Kent in Ontario. Because they came to our trade show back in 2013, they liked the idea. They said, forget it, let's open our own presence here. So it brings more jobs, it brings more ideas, more products of Canadian products, joined with international manufacturers. So many Italians send their kids to do education and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to open an office or fabrication for you. A Turkish company that I know, first the father has a quarry in Turkey. He sent his son to study masters and whatever. After that, he decided to move the entire family and open a big showroom here in Vaughan.
Really? Right here in Ontario.
They still have the Turkish quarry, but they opened a big operation here.
So I know, Nasser, you travel like ridiculous. Your passport must look like a phone book. It's just insane.
Last time I was in Malaysia and the guy was not trying to find a place.
I know, find a place to actually put a stamp there. But I mean, has there been a country that you went to visit that didn't really recognize Canada as a viable market? So then I can boycott that country?
As a matter of fact, but the only thing is I have to speak, if you allow me to speak here.
Go ahead.
Not political, but...
Go ahead. We get political here.
I just wanted to, for our immigration, to distinguish and differentiate between a businessman and a tourist. When I apply, I get the letter, I get the code in my show from the immigration department, and I apply for it. They go to with their passport and with the letter to any embassies, and they get either delayed or rejected. Those companies, I'm talking about big manufacturers, big manufacturers, and the poor guys, they pay their money, they ship their stuff, and they cannot make it to the show. And that makes it a hurdle for us. That's where people are complaining about. Also, the shipping cost, that sometimes becomes a difficult issue. And the coding, which now becomes the building codes, where I'm a manufacturer in Europe. And I got a great product, I distribute to all over the world. But when I come to Canada, I got to follow certain compliance in order for my products to be promoted.
So they're making it very difficult for you and your clients.
I want to bring, if I can.
I really want them to open. I thought we're part of this whole free trade thing.
We are opening, but slowly. It's getting better.
Speed it up.
And then the thing is, it's getting better in a sense that now when people come in and they find distributors will help them obtain all the permits and the codes, the building codes. There are certain things as for the lighting, for the materials, everything has to be.
Yeah, the lighting I can understand, but it's just like I've always had an argument about that. I just don't. Why are you restricting this? Like, I just get more products into Canada. I mean, in today's day and age, I can order something online and it could be halfway around the world.
And half price.
Yeah, and cheaper and possibly better too. So I want to, you know what, as a consumer, as a tradesperson, as a person who wants to design new ideas, give me the options to decide on what I want to use. Don't lock me out. And I hate, like, you travel, I've traveled. I love traveling and seeing other stuff. And then it's either that or I put it in my suitcase, but I can't bring a slab back in my suitcase, right? So it's just like.
I have a client who couldn't ship on time because his visa was delayed. So he wasn't sure he's coming or not. So now he is bringing the tiles from Jordan. Same guy.
Is he doing it?
Because he's supposed to bring bigger stuff and a stand to put the stuff.
He's doing
so I'm actually looking for for him now to hire the stand for the tiles. So he's bringing a suitcase. He's gonna pay extra because he gets only 2 bags. He's gonna pay extra for 2 more bags, so he can carry 2 and 1 carry only for his clothes.
Of course.
But everything, the bags, the check-in bags will be all tiles because the visa just arrived like 2 weeks ago and he couldn't ship it.
I can picture him looking out the window and looking at the baggage handlers and just like heavy a sticker on it, and throwing it, and I'm like, it's full of tiles. You're breaking the tiles.
Yeah, so it's an interesting challenge, and we have company that sending the machine from Italy now because of the corona and because of what's happening. Shipping becomes a bit of a challenge. So we have one company could not get their machine on time for the show from Italy. So
Because of the shipping?
yeah, shipping
The boat
delay.
didn't write up? Or
Sometimes they arrive to Montreal area and to dock. I mean, to find a place to it takes 2 days.
There's a reason why Montreal is kind of synonymous with mafia, and then
I cannot talk it.
well, so it arrived in Montreal,
It arrived, but
but
sometimes
it's not going to make it to the show
because what's happening, the influx of all this shipping at the same time and delay, it creates a lot of delays and chaos, and hopefully
I don't think there's any bottlenecking going on in the water. I think there's bottlenecking going someplace else.
I'm just thinking positive for 2023. Things will
Hopefully, maybe start planning a lot sooner. But even still, then it's going to be the same.
No, we
crap.
are now taking more measures. We know that things are not the same they used to be, so we have to be more vigilant and more faster in moving. Things are not the way it used to be. Prices are going up everywhere. Everything is higher.
It's gotten so expensive,
Yeah.
for tile and
I mean, I know
stone.
that wood now, to buy wood from Rona
Well,
is...
wood is relatively reasonable, but everything's gone up, and we're just kind of accepting it. But everything's gotten expensive. It's got to it's got to reduce.
Yeah.
But I don't know about tile and stone if it's going to be, because I think for 2.5 to 3 years now, a lot of money's been made off this product, and we're using it. We need it. So
We're trying to push more natural stone because a lot of people...
I love natural stone.
Yeah, and we are working with... we want to support the National Stone Institute because their campaign is the use of natural stone, and we hope that one day they will achieve that objective. Yes, there are great pre-engineered stones, and we love them, but we still want to keep that segment alive because it's beautiful.
Again,
and
options.
yeah,
Leave options on the table for us to decide.
yeah.
All right, so everybody, I got to give up this coat, but not just yet. I'm just going to annoy everybody from
teasing.
now on. So www.kbcexpo.com, info@kbcexpo.com, StoneTech Canada and KBC Expo. The show's at October 26th, 27th, 28th. The hours again are 9 to 6, 9 to 6, and 9 to 2.
Yeah.
Did I get it right? I got it right. So I'm still not going to give up the code. You're going to have to listen to the whole show. You ready for the 12 questions there, Nasser?
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait.
No, sorry. Is there anything else that you...
No, I'm done.
I think we touched upon everything. It's going to be a really good show. There's
No,
going to be a lot of
I don't want to tell
conversations.
everything. Then
No, they go...
might.
No, but you told everybody what's going to be there. But now everybody has to show up there and have the conversations and start discussing it and see if it's going to benefit your business and see what's going to happen for 2023.
What's with the Polaroid camera there?
Which camera?
The
The
Polaroid.
Polaroid? I take Polaroids of all our guests. Look,
Oh my gosh.
you're going to get one too.
And this is the classic one. The
No,
one
this is
that,
a new one.
but
This
I mean, it looks like the
is
old
still
one.
the same film. Still the same
Oh,
film.
wow.
Oh yeah, no. We don't mess around here at the
Because
construction
we're from the old school, you know.
line. I know. We know that. You recognize that. You and I are the same age, no?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm 50, going to be 51 soon.
No,
so.
no. I just turned 25. But you gotta flip the number. You gotta flip the number to the other side. But you know what? Every time I want to celebrate my birthday, except in the pandemic, I'm always on the flight to Verona or I'm in Verona.
Yeah, because you were calling me the last time that we talked. You were actually just getting ready to board and heading that way, and you were going to have your birthday up in the air.
Yes.
Yeah,
But this time it was, I arrived on Saturday, Sunday was my birthday, and it was the election of Italy. So all the same day.
Oh, that must have been crazy.
Yeah, and I celebrated my birthday alone. But it was fun. I bought myself some gifts.
Good.
Yeah,
Good for you. All right, Nasser, ready for this?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite construction word?
Favorite construction word. Dig it.
What is your least favorite construction word?
Jackhammer. It's no annoying.
What turns you on in construction?
What turns me on in construction when I see a lot of cranes all over the place. That gives me hope that the city or whatever the place is booming, and there's a lot of business. Like what I see skyscraper driving over the highway in downtown. I see a lot of skyscrapers, and things are doing well.
Is there a lot of construction going outside of Canada? Like in Italy, is there a lot of construction?
As a matter of fact, there is. And they tell us that Italy having a hard time, but I didn't see that. I mean, people still enjoy. I mean, you know how Italians and like Portuguese, they don't care. They just still have fun. I mean,
they just keep on going.
And eat.
Siesta in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Espresso, shut it down.
Yeah, and they're all, and the restaurants were full. People were having fun. They
got it right. We got it wrong.
And by the way, I don't know about Portugal, but in Italy, I don't see people like on their mobile.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
They
not as much as us here.
Like when they sit down, they actually sit down. They put it, they hide it. And
they sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And have an espresso.
Yeah.
And have a little treat.
Yeah. And even if they drink with passion, not like I have to drink. No,
I gotta go.
No, they sit down.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We need to learn from the Italians and Portuguese.
What turns you off in construction?
What turns me off in construction, when I see a lot of blockage in the road, like when there's when I was driving
traffic.
No,
but you're in Toronto.
Yeah, when there is road closure, like I was driving in Ontario, and there was a road closure. I have to find a way to. And I'm bad in directions, so I have to find
Waze. Start using Waze. I think I told you that in Vegas when we were like there. We were actually using Waze to walk around.
Yeah. And you took me to this creepy place, but it was nice. That
the steakhouse.
Yeah.
It's a dive. It's a crappy. It's dangerous looking.
We looked like I was in a mob.
I know, but it's actually it's definitely a place.
But it was very delicious.
Yeah.
And the meat was actually meat.
Yeah. We went to Circus, which I think personally in Vegas that has the best steak, and then Piero's was the other place.
What was the little thing that you made me forget? The shot.
Oh, the shot?
Yeah.
What did we do? I can't remember.
Not alcohol shot. It was a food shot, but I can't remember.
I can't remember that one.
It was like a muscle or.
I can't remember which
one. But it was you gotta.
But
try
we went to Piero's too, and Piero's famous in Vegas for that's where Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack used to hang out, and everybody used to go there.
The vintage.
Yeah, the vintage, very vintage.
Yeah.
What is your favorite curse word, Nasser? We haven't sworn on this show.
I don't.
You don't swear.
I don't swear. So but you know what? If really I don't.
No, if you don't swear, you don't swear.
Yeah, I don't because
You're one of those odd ones. Don't worry. What is your favorite vehicle? Anything in the world?
My favorite vehicle? My favorite. It's a lot of them are my favorite, but my favorite. It used to be the Range Rover, the full option one.
One of the number one cars that gets stolen.
The Vogue.
The Vogue. Oh, Evoque.
Evoque.
Yeah,
No. Vogue. I don't know. Okay, I lived in Dubai, so they call it Vogue, but.
I thought it was called Evoque here, but okay.
Maybe.
I know what you're talking
but
I could be wrong. I don't know.
But I was in Dubai back then, so that was back in Dubai. In Dubai, everybody drive Range Rover. It's like a Corolla.
What is your least favorite vehicle in the world?
The least Wagoneer.
Oh, Wagoneer.
No, I remember when I was in the U.S. studying in New Orleans. One of our classmates, he had a Wagoneer. I think his dad gave it to him.
You went to school in New Orleans?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I went to University of New Orleans and I moved to Mississippi.
I love New Orleans.
So very weird places I went to.
I love it. I love New Orleans.
Yeah, actually, I worked in the French Quarter for like 2 weeks.
I don't mind the vampires. I don't mind the voodoo magic. I don't mind any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in it.
So you probably tried the hurricanes and the cafe.
No, I haven't been there at that time, but I do.
No, the hurricane drink.
Oh no! I didn't get into heavy stuff. I was just doing normal regular.
Café du Monde?
Yeah, just I love that whole the quarter. I love hanging out. I was there for KBC one of the years.
Yeah,
that was like the third time I was in New Orleans.
I'm supposed to be at that show, but I couldn't make it.
You couldn't make it at that show?
But I went to New Orleans for a different conference, and I brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah, I love
because
that.
I've been away for a long time, and I saw it after Katrina. I was kind of sad.
It's a different story. It's a different story. What construction sound or noise do you love?
Construction sound
or noise?
Well, there are, the compactors, not the jackhammer.
No, the compressor.
The plate compactor.
Oh, Oh, the plate. So the tampers.
Yeah, we call them plate compactor.
Okay. You love that sound?
I gotta tell you something. The feel of it, because see, you have to understand. I worked for a couple of companies. I did trade shows for like 30 years, but in between, I want to try something more the trade, more the tangible products.
Yeah.
So I worked for Bobcat, and I'm a licensed Bobcat operator.
I didn't know any of this.
I was sent to Saudi Arabia with Bobcat Belgium, which is US, but they have the big office. And I did Bobcat, and I increased the sale of Bobcat by, I don't know, thousands in that area. And then I also worked for Aman, the German compactor and jackhammer and roller. You've seen him on the road, the yellow one, Aman, double N at the end.
Yeah.
So I worked for both, and I worked for Skyjack, and I never knew I'm gonna come to Canada. Skyjack, the Canadian.
Skyjack is all over the place.
But I didn't work here. I worked in the Middle East. So
they're big over there.
Yes, and I sold Skyjack man lifts to the U.S. Air Base in Saudi Arabia.
I didn't know any of this.
Because they have to do the maintenance for the hangars.
Yes.
So they used Skyjack, and I sold them. I made so much money on the commission. So I did Bobcat, the skid steel loader. I know all the attachments. I know the system, how it works. I know how to drive it and flip it around. So that was an interesting time of my career. And I learned so much from that. I learned so much. And I learned about the construction site, because you have to go and demonstrate it to people.
Yes.
Because in order to sell it.
You got to walk the walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had to demonstrate it. I had to show them how it works and how to change the attachment to a sweeper, to a forklift, to we had like 50 attachments, as you probably know.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah,
man.
so it's crazy, and a lot of people don't know this, because most of my career is a trade show, but in between I took a break.
You know construction.
Yeah, so I did.
What construction sound or noise do you hate?
Construction sound
or noise do you hate?
Again, when they do the big hammers, not the small ones, the big ones.
Oh, for the piles.
For the piles, those are the worst ones.
Especially if you're in the office right next to it.
Yes,
Yes,
and I don't like it. It just it annoys me.
It's very noisy. Nasser, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt one day?
Well, there were so many things I want to do when I was younger. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I want to be an actor. I
didn't know any of this, man. We got drunk in Vegas. You didn't tell me any of this stuff. I don't understand this.
Yeah, I drank ginger. No, but no, seriously, I wanted to be in the movies. If I didn't leave the U.S., I would be end up like waiting tables in Hollywood just to become an actor.
Just to become an actor.
Yeah, but I ended up going back to Dubai, and I thought, go back, but
One day. What profession would you not like to do?
What profession
would you not like to do?
I don't want to say it, but in front of the construction people. But the guy who does the flag, like the waiver. I would never. I mean, it's not a bad job; it's a good job. But me personally, I get bored very fast.
Yeah.
So I can't just keep
doing it. It's not a bad thing. Don't worry, it's not a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad job. I'm just saying
that you didn't want to do it.
And also working in a bank. I would never work in a bank.
Last question: if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates?
Okay. So this is an interesting question. He's going to say, you've done a lot of terrible things, but you know what? I've shown you a lot of tough lives, so I'm going to let you in. Because I taught you a lot in life. I might give you a little bit of break now.
Awesome. Nasser, always a pleasure to see you. Everybody reach out, check out the show, check out what's going on at the show there. It's www.kbcexpo.com, info@kbcexpo.com, StoneTech Canada, KBC Expo. And I guess finally now we have to reveal this code.
Yes, please.
What is the code? Have you given it to me?
It's a C life, a construction life. C life.
Yeah.
Like construction life, C life. Wait, I forgot.
We want to make sure we want to double check it because they will attack me if we don't say this right, man.
So it's C life, all capital, 63.
63.
C life, like cliff kind of. C
so
life.
Charlie, Lima,
India,
Frank, Echo. 63. Sea Life 63.
Yes.
And that'll get you free admission to the show.
That waives the
parking and the admission.
Admission on the conference. And also, once you complete that, you're going to have to complete the entire form, though.
That's fine.
It's a lot of questions.
That's fine. But I mean, you're educating yourself, so hopefully they can find some time to go to the show and check it out.
Definitely. And before we end this, I'm really impressed with your studio.
Thanks.
I have to say it's really nice.
It's a nice little home.
Yeah.
Home away from home. It's
No,
a nice
but
little
I mean, how
office.
you put it together like that, it's just creative.
Yeah.
It feels like
I didn't put any stone in here, but
Yeah, but
I
I see-
figure, faux brick, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the stone.
Close enough.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to get elements of all kinds of material in here, but maybe in another season we'll go bigger and
No, it's
better.
nice.
So-
And I see all these receipts.
No, movie tickets.
Oh, movie ticket. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
what it is.
It's so cool.
So Nasser, thank you so much. Everyone, please check it out. www.kbcexpo.com, info@kbcexpo.com, StoneTech Canada, and also KBC Expo. We are out of here. Thanks so much. Thank you, Angelina.
Thank you.